Good day, freaks. I'm here to drop in with the Virgo collective, Virgo sun, moon, rising, Venus, and North Node, Mercury, Mars, or a loaded sixth house. That's like, if you got a stellium, three or more planets in that sixth house, or if you have a significant placement, like one of the ones I just mentioned, even if it's not in the sign of Virgo, but it's in Virgo's house, you may find resonance with this message that comes on through. I am not going to include Libra Sun's Vedic Virgo in this read. I finally got the download to once again return them to separate readings. And kind of what came in with that is that big karmic cycle that we were going through where so much of the celestial action was actually going on in the constellation of Virgo, but it was Libra season. Their energies were really intertwined at that time, and just with the way the lunar cycles were unfolding, there was so much connection point. But now with Sagittarius season in swing, it's more natural for Libra to kind of move into, their own energy at this time, not so much of that earth influence, okay? Because the earth to the air, it can kind of at times be an inhibiting factor. And Sagittarius is about expansion, but it's also fire element, and air feeds fire, vice versa. So there is this big push of expansion. So it feels like now the Libra energy is more pushing into that expansive energy, right? Along with that fire elemental. It's interesting because I feel like when it comes to the earth sign energies, it's more them just kind of really getting anchored in what they built and what's already arrived on the scene. Whereas fire sign collective and air sign collective and water sign collective is kind of more moving into expansion. So really a lot of just kind of nailing things down, Virgo. Nailing things down. This is all about you in this read, okay? This is a collective reading, all right? So a lot of different messages come through. So just take what applies to you, toss aside the rest. Understand that role reversal can take place. Cross-watcher energy can come in. And, where something comes through as very masculine to me, you may be dealing with a feminine, okay? So just tune into the energy. The reality is we both have masculine, feminine energies within us, all right? So, I think we've all experienced, a woman who was, telling somebody off, exhibiting more of that masculine, active energy. And we've also experienced being around a man, nurturing his child and seeing that feminine aspect really front forward, or coming into the receptive space, the heart space, softening, yielding, being in that emotional flow. I feel like Virgo, this is something that's coming up for you right now. I feel like you're also dealing with kind of like a cracking open of the masculine. For those of you dealing with a masculine, I think you're seeing finally the walls come down where maybe they've been very guarded. You might have been dealing also with a woman who really had her guard up, maybe had dealt with a lot of difficult experiences in the past and just didn't feel completely safe about moving more into that feminine quality of just letting everything soften, dissolve, and be ready for a new experience. Bottom of the deck energy, we have poverty, okay? I feel like this is an important piece, all right? If you find that you're struggling with manifesting your abundance, all right? If you're not seeing the financial return you're hoping for with your investments, 4:44 on the clock, okay? Understand that you're in a process of coming into alignment. But before you can see the actual results of that, like the numbers going up in your bank account, moving into the black if you got a business of your own, and see that growth, you know, for your effort. First, there's a need to really embody the energy within yourself. I feel like you're going to be working on this on a lot of levels in December. You're shifting your consciousness from a place of lacking, not having enough, to understanding what it means to move more into the flow of abundance, and how this requires a letting go. As long as there's too much effort to control, which can sometimes be hard for a Virgo, okay? Virgos want there to be a certain sense and order to things. They want things to have a certain logic to them, a certain organization, and life is not always like that. And in particular, life is not always like that in the emotional realm, you know, where you're really feeling deeply and it matters, and the choices weigh heavily in the balance. So there's this piece that if you're feeling guarded in the heart space, then you're automatically in this contracted energy, okay? And being in the contracted energy doesn't allow abundance to flow, you know? To step into your ability to manifest abundance and to really find yourself on that higher turn of the karmic wheel, that wheel of fortune, it's so necessary to let go. To let go, to open up, to be in that receiving space, because it needs to be an open channel of giving and receiving. So I feel like you're experiencing this transformation of energy. You're moving out of this contracted space. You're seeing another move out of this contracted space. The person on the other side of the table from you that you've been, you know, trying to really enter into deep connection with, trying to really sink into the heart space with. And maybe there's been a lot of resistance. They've had some walls up. Maybe at times even it felt aggressive or passive aggressive or completely avoidant. I'm getting this coming in, but I feel like something is letting go. These cards are really taking their time. Finally, something's stuck. Interesting. See what I mean? It's like there's this like holding back of the energy, and I feel like this is what's really coming forward in December, is like some kind of breakthrough. Okay, we got a couple cards here. All right, we got gift and false person. All right, this is very interesting. So it's really interesting here, because I feel like maybe somebody has not been honest with you. Maybe you've had some sense that they have led you astray on some matter, or they haven't told you the whole truth. You feel like there's gaps, like you feel like there are things that are missing. I feel like it's going on, you know, on both levels. You know, it's not just one person that's in this space. Both are doing a certain level of guarding, just in different ways, okay? Just in different ways. I feel like with the masculine, there's something that they haven't been wanting to see. That's what I'm really getting strongly. And it could be see the truth of what they're feeling. It could be seeing the reality of a situation, but I feel like there's some kind of denial here. And I just say that because they have the mask over the eyes, all right? So I also think that there's been more of this kind of pulling inward. Maybe you've come off kind of guarded in some situations, but actually what you've been doing is turning within, and you've been getting in touch with what you're feeling, what's coming up for you, because again, there's this piece, like, you know, it matters. And so you don't want to just say anything. You're actually learning how to come from more of a place of responding rather than reacting. And that's very empowering. Although some may not understand where you're coming from. They don't understand that you're going through a recalibration. They take it almost as you pulling your energy back from them, okay? Or guarding yourself in some way. And in a way, it is a little protective, but it's protective in the sense of wanting to have your space so you can get clear. And I think this is wise, and it shows a certain level of growth. But there's also something that you're confronting in this inner space in your intuitive realm where you're feeling like something just feels off. And I think you're getting closer to seeing what this is. I do feel like there is a feminine around who maybe hides a lot behind their sexuality, behind their sensuality. Maybe somebody is being very flirtatious. And there's something about a gift here. I feel like this gift is about finally really dropping the facade and getting to a place where you can really just meet each other in a space of realness in this connection. There's some kind of opening that comes forward that allows some beautiful, like, oh my gosh, 11:11 on the clock when I said this, okay? I was gonna say reconnection happened, okay? Coming into alignment with this person. And it's because finally it's like, okay, can we stop this posturing? Like, we don't need to play out these roles. Let's just get real. And it's okay if it's messy or it's awkward or, we kind of fumble our way through it, but it's time to stop letting the sense of pride get in the way of what can be a beautiful healing and renewing experience in matters of the heart. I feel this very strongly. There's also a piece here about some big bucks coming in for you, okay? And this is what I was talking about. If you're blocked up in your heart space, okay, if you're in this contracted space, you can't enter that flow of abundance. But it's wild because as you start to dissolve this resistance inside of yourself, you're going to see that abundance. Look, we got sudden wealth with great fortune, okay? And I feel like this is in matters of the heart, but I think you're also going to see this result happening in your finances, materially. It's all interconnected. This is really about you removing like what's false within yourself to open up that flow of abundance so you can receive. You may have always felt like you never got what you wanted, like you were always waiting for something to pan out for you. Why is everybody else getting blessed up around me and I feel like things aren't coming to fruition in the way I want them to? And it really is just a matter of the energy being too contracted. You've been guarded, you've been worried about your security, both emotionally and financially, okay? And when you're in that space, it doesn't allow the energy to just flow naturally. It also puts you in sort of a mental space where you're stressed out. And because you're stressed out, this creates further obstacles because then soon you're moving through your situations not in a natural, organic way of just like responding to what's showing up, but you're moving through everything very guarded, on the defense, thinking that things are going to work against you. And when you're in that space, that's exactly what you end up creating for yourself. Why? Because you're showing up like that. You see, you're showing up like that. So the energy matches you, it's that kind of thing. But I really feel like there's a breakthrough, and I really feel it's an emotional breakthrough. I also feel like you're going to receive some tangible gift, like a material gift, during the holidays. And there's something very special about this gift that makes you feel seen in a way where you didn't feel seen before. This is pretty wild because I have the light on, but the light is shifting out here and it's like, it's too bright now. Let's bring the lights down. Oh, amazing how often it changes, when this gift comes in, and I feel like it makes you feel seen. You feel like, okay, I don't have to put it on blast so much anymore. I can just come and enter this space and I can feel relaxed and I can know that I'm seen and I'm recognized for who I am. And there's some kind of beautiful like reconnection that happens in this space. And I feel like you might want to turn those lights down, you know, at that moment. You might want to have a little privacy because you're going to be really dropping in deep with this person. I think there's a lot to celebrate this year for you in December, okay? It looks really good. Let's see what else we got on the top of the deck energy here. Yeah, courtship, all right? There's that reconnection. So those of you who are in relationships where, you know, maybe you've gone through a rough patch with each other. Maybe your energies were kind of drifting apart from each other. You've been distracted. I feel like you're going to really drop back in together. And there's so much like abundance that comes through this. And I think there's also like a free up of finances too, where things have felt blocked, things start to flow. But there's some peace coming in that's really essential for you, Virgo, about understanding the way that how you're showing up, whether you're showing up in a guarded space or an open, like receptive space, makes all the difference into the financial piece. It makes all the difference in the financial piece and how your business objectives are doing. Notice this. There's something like life's kind of coming forward to say this is a key for you so you can find your way smoother before you in the future by remembering how much you modulate the experience with your energy and how you're showing up. There's something about like life's wanting to move more into that space of feeling empowered and actually being the architect of your reality. And I feel like this is going to start to awaken in you. You're going to spot the connections here. Okay, we do have courthouse, okay? So we got courtship with courthouse. I feel like, you know, some of you may be tying the knot. Maybe you're going and getting, your marriage certificate going on. You're getting ready to tie the knot. Or there could be something in relation to a marriage. This is interesting. Yeah, we got journey with that too. I'm getting kind of two messages for Virgos. I feel like there's two camps in this situation, okay? With the false person piece, I have to bring this in. I feel like some Virgos are dealing with a situation where they are in a marriage. They are, you know, in a legal marriage, all right, with the courthouse coming in here. And I feel like maybe they've met somebody outside of the marriage. One of the partners has met somebody outside of the marriage and they're very drawn to this person. This person may also be well off that they're drawn to. And because of this, they might be questioning if they want to stay in their marriage. They might be considering getting a divorce and setting off on some kind of new journey, a new chapter in their life by bringing their marriage to a close to go and connect with this person, this new person that's come in. Because with this courtship card, it's making me think of like a new beginning, okay? I could also see this as in a marriage where maybe things have been kind of stagnant. Maybe both partners have been like, you know, distrusting one another, having a hard time connecting. Maybe you go on some kind of special trip together and it like rekindles your relationship. In other cases, there is somebody that's come on the scene and they might be trying to manipulate with finances to get things moving along really quickly. Like they might see that somebody is well off. Okay, I got like a few stories here. They might see that somebody is well off. They want a piece of that action. This person might, I'm just getting this, they might also be looking for, citizenship, wanting to get married very quickly, kind of putting a rush on this. They might even be the one to do the proposing. All right, this coming in. And really there's this piece about they want this wealth, you know. There's an objective here, okay? So there's a few different stories. I do feel like there is some element in this situation where something's been hidden. In some cases, it's feelings have been hidden. There hasn't been the vulnerability and people have been too guarded. In other cases, there's been temptations in relationships, people drawn in different directions and maybe questioning if they want to stay in a marriage. And in other cases, there's, somebody trying to scam somebody by pushing for a commitment real quick so they can get their hands on some money. All right. You got a few stories there, but this is what's coming in. It's all about relationships. It's all about relationships. And we know that there's a big flow of abundance. All the other pieces that have been brought in come into play, of course. Now we do have coffin here. Okay. So again, when we're looking at coffin, sudden wealth, great fortune, that could be in relation to an inheritance. Okay. So this also might require a journey. You might hear of somebody's passing. You might find out you're a beneficiary of the will. You might need to go on to a journey to collect this money and to work out the legalities of that situation. Something about going on this journey maybe connects you with somebody that you might want to be careful about trusting. They might come in under the guise of courtship, but they actually might want to have a cut of the pie. Okay, so this is something to just be mindful of. I'm going to do a little clarification too. So we'll see here. Yeah, we got privileged lady and mature woman. Okay, so there could be a masculine or somebody drawn to women that's trying to work this woman. She would be a mature woman. She looks like she's well off. She's got some money. Somebody might want to kind of like use her, try to swindle her. I don't think this would be a good idea. Look what we got on the other side, imprisonment. Okay, so anybody around you that you feel is suspect, if that dings for you, your situation, be live to that, because somebody is potentially trying to get their hands on some assets or try to take something from you that's not theirs to take. All right, let's just do some clarification. Actually, let's do these. Let's do some clarification on this. Once any further information, kind of got a lot of stuff to sort out. It seems like there's both financial piece, emotional piece. There's definitely some like marriage involved in this situation. We do have the Four of Wands, and just because that marriage has come up so much, I do feel like there's two people coming into alignment who are meant to be together. I also feel like there's like kind of some curveballs and some interesting energy in play around this situation. May involve a King of Cups. That'd be water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio might factor in strongly to the curveball, just for that to come in, a court card to come in like that, right? So, keep your eyes open. All right, let's just see here. Any further clarification for Virgo collective about what they're going to be dealing with, what's on deck for them in December? How they need to move forward, what they need to be mindful of as they move through this month. Okay, we got this card here, the Emperor. All right. So this is somebody who's like, they're on their throne, strong, again, very strong, masculine, assertive figure. This is the person who is in control in this situation. Okay, this is associated with the signs of Aries and Taurus. Okay, a lot of times this can be in relation to things like finances, some kind of financial decision, head of the household kind of energy. All right, so this is also somebody who's in balance. This is showing upright. All right, so this is somebody who is very balanced. They know how to make fair decisions. And there's somebody who's going to have an influence on this situation. There's somebody in a take charge position in this situation. There might be some people kind of feeling at unrest with Ted in the background there, kind of like, interesting. I just got a really strange message with that, like a hit dog will holler. Okay, so there might be somebody who is feeling particularly argumentative or combative in this situation, all right? And I feel like there's somebody here that's getting a control over matters, like getting everything organized, taken care of, calm down. Yeah, there's something here that brings wish fulfillment, all right? It's coming in with this Aries, Taurus energy. I see this also as not only taking charge where matters have been kind of in a state of unrest, where there's been a lot of arguments, people haven't been on the same page, and this leads to bringing things to a satisfactory conclusion where there's a sense of fulfillment of desires or what was wanted to be achieved. Yeah, I think what's been really stressful in this situation has been like just not knowing, right? With the High Priestess coming up with the 10 of Wands here, just not knowing how things were going to turn out, not knowing how to get to a place where things would feel like they were stabilized again, right? And this could have been in relation to a really big decision. You know, this is like a crossroads decision and could have been about a lover, all right? This is associated with the sign of Gemini, okay? But it's often about trying to choose between one of two directions. And we see that there is something that is walked away from, and it's something you've invested a lot of energy in. So that message about maybe deciding to leave a long-term relationship or union in favor of moving towards something with more heart, or leaving behind something that you feel was holding you back, like it wasn't quite giving you exactly everything that you were needing on a soul level. We see that with the High Priestess too, like you want something on a soul level, something that really speaks to your soul. I feel like there was disappointment in what you had dealt with in the past, and this disappointment very well could be related to that third party dynamic that came in. It could have been the interference of other people. It could have been another lover in your situation, or somebody's ex, okay, that was causing kind of problems. It could have also been in relation to addiction, partying too hard, you know, somebody having an issue with alcohol, or, you know, just not being emotionally available. But there's some kind of healing that will take place in moving away from this energy. It brings a new beginning, all right? So there is this like cracking open with this Ace of Pentacles that leads to a new beginning that's like something you can count on, and it's coming in. It does sound like for a lot of people, this is like a recommitment to a relationship. This is your energy, Virgo, coming forward, you know, with a serious offer, and you're willing to go the long haul with this. You're willing to make the investment. I see it really coming to fruition in the spring. And in your business objectives, you're going to be looking out toward the future with a whole new eye. You're heading in a whole new direction. Where does that direction lead? Look at that. Boom. Queen of Pentacles, your match, okay? And this is also your energy, okay? So I really see you coming to that place of fruition with your goals and what you've been building. I also see this in terms of romance too. And you could also be dealing with another earth sign energy, all right? So that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy right there. Finances are looking really good. It's just reaffirming what already came through for you. But there is something that you need to let go of to get there. And this could even be just like letting go of everything that was coming between you two in the past, like just laying it to rest, opening up to a new cycle with each other. You know, and I think you might need to take some time, some space to yourself to get really clear about this, and call in your wisdom. You know, this is your archetype, the Hermit. You know, once you tune in to yourself, then you're going to know the right way to move forward. You're going to be able to find the balance, okay, with the 6 of Pentacles there, you know, a give and take of energies. But what's really important in this situation is, you know, you need to be equals, you know, in whatever you're entering into. You need to be an equal dynamic, you know, where you're seeing eye to eye, not one person feeling like they're indebted to the other, right? It needs to be even, you know, and I think that's what you're doing. You're finding the balance, both in business and in matters of the heart. sometimes karmically. But we see with the Chariot here, you're going to get moving forward this month. You are making a decision. You're making a decision in a relationship, and you're making a big decision in relation to your career objectives, and it moves you forward. And there's that King of Cups again, all right? So there's a King of Cups on the scene here, all right? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this figure is prominent. There's something about this person, and this may be the false person. So just stay woke, all right? Keep your wits about you.